Hello, folks in the Carolinas. My name is Earl Makem, and I am the StriveScan facilitator for tonight. And I am joined by 5 colleges who have graciously given up their evening to take you through a quick presentation of their school. And they will present in this order: Hollins University, Franklin and Marshall College, Coastal Carolina University, Columbia International University, and the University of Maryland. This is a virtual college fair sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers, sometimes known as CACRAO. So a couple of housekeeping items. The Q&A function within your toolbar is functional. That's how you can pose your questions to our panelists. You can do so individually or as a group, and they'll answer you accordingly. Your camera and microphone are off as audience, so they can't hear you or see you, but you see them and hear them. CACRAO does host other sessions throughout the month, so you can check online at our StriveScan website and sign up for more sessions. And in case you missed anything, the session is being recorded. When the University of Maryland wraps up, I don't want anybody to leave, as we'll have a little bit of a closing slide to go through, and then we'll dismiss everyone. So I hope you enjoy the evening. I hope you learn a lot from these 5 institutions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea. So Chelsea, off you go.
All righty, get this going. All right, so I'm here from Hollins University, and I'd love to start off by just letting you all know where we are. We're located in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, in Roanoke. We have kind of a small but really vibrant community with a bustling downtown. We are conveniently located near some more metropolitan areas such as DC, Richmond, Charlotte, and we have a lot of our alumni representatives and internships in those areas that we let our students have access to. We were founded in 1842, and as of this last year, our average class size is still about 11. We have several popular majors in English, biology, business, psychology, and studio art. We have about 800 students at any given time, and they're allowed to explore any of their interests through our 29 majors and focusing in liberal arts. In addition to academics, we have a Division III athletics program, which competes in ODAC, Old Dominion Athletic Conference. And if you're an athlete, I really recommend you check out hollandsports.com. Our community is something we're really proud of. We have a very diverse community where we try to make sure that all identities and perspectives are encouraged and included and celebrated, including the 33% of students we have who identify as students of color and or Hispanic Latinx. Our community really focuses on embracing students for who they are and strives to make Hollins feel like home for everybody who comes to us. At Hollins, we have almost 30 clubs and organizations that students can take advantage of. And if there's not something on campus that we have that appeals to you, we have a really easy option to create a club that works for you by coming up with your own club constitution and your membership and your guidelines for how your club is going to work. All you need to do then is propose it at our student government organizations meetings, which we call Senate. We'll talk a little bit more about that on our next slide. We are really big into student government at Hollins. We have over 80 elected roles, including our class cabinets with varying levels of responsibility. But every member at Hollins is part of the Senate. You're welcome to show up and vote on anything that is happening. Our Senate prides themselves on making decisions that affect not only themselves and Hollins, but our community as well. At Hollins, about 91% of our students also take advantage of experiential learning opportunities through our Rutherford Center in study abroad, individual research, internships, and community engagement. We really believe that this leads to an advantage down the road, and it's something we make sure that every student has access to through this center. We have a couple of our most popular accolades that we really think best represent who Hollins is as a community. We like to think that our students pride themselves on being engaged with the community, engaged with political decisions, and really focusing on developing themselves as the best leaders and the best people they can be moving forward. And if any of that appeals to you, we have, of course, our application process, which requires an application, your transcripts, and test scores. But our test scores were optional for 2020, and it's looking like they will be optional for 2021 to 2022 as well. We also require a secondary school report or letter of recommendation, and we really believe in having a holistic approach to your evaluation. So we dig into your essay, your engagement, and your interest in Hollins when we look at you. If you decide you are not submitting your test scores, we truly make it test optional. They are not weighed into the consideration at all. You are still up for merit scholarship consideration and all of that great stuff. We have 3 different decision deadlines. The only one that is binding is our November 1st deadline, and applications open up in August. This year, it will be August 1st when they open. If you'd like a very early decision and you'd like to know whether or not you get in, I recommend the early action by November 15th. And that is a non-binding agreement so that you just get your decision very quickly. And then, of course, we have our February 1st standard deadline. At Hollins, we are committed to affordability, meaning we guarantee at least $24,000 in grants and scholarships annually for all first-year students. And last year, our average award amount was a little under $37,000 for all of our students in gift aid. If this appeals to you, if you would like to learn more, we have this really great website where you can take on some virtual visits to do an admission overview and get a little bit more in depth about the things I shared here today, as well as workshops and seminars with our professors, academics, and our student panelists as well. I also have this really lovely contact us page where you can take down our phone number, email, or even schedule a private visit. We are doing on-campus tours. In fact, we offer an up to $1,000 grant if you come visit us before May of your senior year. And the tours are private between you, your tour guide, and 1 or 2 guests. We also have some great places for you to connect with us on social media, and I hope that you do, and we talk more soon.
Great, Chelsea, thanks so much. Next up, we're going to hear from Matt from Franklin and Marshall College. Matt, are you great? There you are. And I'm going to reset my timer. And all right, off you go, Matt.
All right, thanks. My name is Matt Ariant. I work for Franklin and Marshall College, a liberal arts college in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So just in case you're not familiar with where that is, we're about an hour 15, hour and a half west of Philadelphia. So pretty much the east central part of Pennsylvania, which allows us to be close not only to Philly, but to New York, DC, Boston, all those major East Coast hubs. We also do an Amtrak station within walking distance of campus, which can connect you to 30th Street Station in Philly in about an hour, which then connects you to all those major East Coast hubs as well. In terms of the Carolinas, we do offer direct flights for you guys that are located in Charlotte. We have our airports in Harrisburg, which is about 30 minutes away, direct flights to Charlotte there. So it is very much accessible, even though we're a few states away from you up here in Pennsylvania. In terms of the campus itself, we have about 2,400 students, all undergraduate, pretty significant international populations, between 18 to 20%. So in terms of per capita international students, we're one of the highest liberal arts, highest colleges in that respect. Also really diverse in terms of socioeconomic status and race ethnicity. So about 20 to 25% students are first gen or domestic students of color as well. So really diverse campus, 48 states, 44 countries. So I mentioned we're an all undergraduate institution. This really applies to the class sizes as well as research opportunities. So our average class size is about 18. Your student to faculty ratio is about 9 or 10 to 1. Most popular majors typically are biology, business, government, economics, and those are kind of a few of the ones we've seen a lot of trends in the last few years. We have a way for you to actually create your own major called a special studies program, which you can kind of combine 2 or 3 distinct academic programs into one cohesive program. So it's all about kind of taking ownership of your education. Furthermore, you don't declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. So as opposed to applying specifically to a college, whether it's college arts and sciences, college education, college engineering, at F&M, you're applying just to F&M. And you get those 2 years to figure out both your academic passions as well as academic strengths too. In terms of kind of the extracurricular side of things, we kind of break this down into performing arts and athletics. So athletics, we are a Division III institution. We have 27 sports, 25 of which are Division III. We do have D1 wrestling and then non-divisional squash. We are part of what's called the Centennial Conference, which consists largely of liberal arts colleges in Pennsylvania and Maryland. So schools such as Swarthmore, Haverford, Bryn Mawr, Johns Hopkins, Dickinson, and F&M. There's a few of the members of that Centennial Conference. So really those liberal arts colleges in both the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as well as Baltimore. For the performing arts, the main piece we try to tell students and their families is that you don't actually have to be a music, theater, or dance major to be a part of those programs at F&M. In fact, our music program is composed primarily of non-music majors. So maybe people were involved in the marching band or orchestra in high school, want to continue doing that in college. They have that ability to not only do music, but also study something else. So it's all about kind of freeing you up in both academics and extracurriculars. Our housing is really unique. At F&M, we have what's called college houses. So the kind of the closest analog to this is Harry Potter, in terms of how students are kind of sorted into one of 5 college houses. We really think it's a great program just because it helps students acclimate to college life, both academically and socially. Just because we have students coming from all over the country or all over the world, that adjustment to college is difficult at times. So really having a unique ecosystem like a college house really helps those students navigate that first year academically as well as socially. And it's still a 4-year, very much a 4-year experience. So it's not just a place where you live your first year and that's it. You actually graduate alongside other members of your college house. So it's really an exciting way to really develop that F&M community as soon as you walk to campus and or get onto campus, and that kind of transcends your entire 4-year experience there. In terms of internships, we have what's called the Office of Student Postgraduate Development, OSPGD for short. It's the Office of Student Postgraduate Development. It's a mouthful. That's why we try to use those great acronyms. This is the campus hub for all things internships, shadowing, alumni connections. It's kind of that one-stop shop. And the biggest thing about this is the proactive nature of the office. It's not just for juniors and seniors, it's for all 4 years. So if you know what you want to study, by all means, utilize the services OSPGD provides, really build that resume all 4 years as opposed to kind of waiting until the end of your junior and going on to your senior to figure out what I want to do after graduation. In terms of where our students kind of end up post-grad, our website's a great tool to kind of show you the outcome success rates in terms of graduate school as well as employment. We actually show you where they're going and also by major. So for example, you can see how many of our business majors, where they employed post-grad, how many of our neuroscience students are doing post-grad research stints, things along those lines. So it really kind of shows you that versatility of an F&M degree across all majors. And the biggest thing about it is really building that foundation for long-term success as opposed to short-term success. For the application process, we are holistic review, as I'm sure you'll hear from pretty much a lot of colleges have that holistic review process. Test optional, we are test optional, not just a result of COVID-19, but we've been test optional for a pretty significant amount of time. So we know how to look at those applications without those test scores. Additionally, we have interviews, which are not required, but they are recommended. So it gives us a way for us to get to know you better and you to get to know us better as well. In terms of deadlines, we have 2 rounds of ED, early decision, which ED1 is just November 15th, ED2 is January 15th, then RD is January 15th as well. If any more information, I'll drop my information, any more questions, I'll drop my information in the chat for you to reach out to me. I'll be happy to discuss anything F&M with you, either tonight or later on. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Matt. So before I pass it over to Ben from Coastal Carolina University. Let me just remind you that the chat, the Q&A function is fully functional, and you can go ahead and pose your questions. I see some questions in there, and that's great. Hopefully you're getting the answers from our college representatives. So, all right, next up would be Ben from Coastal Carolina University. Ben, you can have the screen.
Awesome, thank you. Let me jump that on there real quick. So I'm Ben Rutherford from Coastal Carolina University. We're a medium-sized school, about 10,600 students, located in beautiful Conway, South Carolina. We're about 9 miles away from the beach itself, so some of our courses will take place right on the beach, and it's a unique experience for plenty of our students. Ooh, it's gonna fight me. There we go. Yeah, so we've got about 10,000 students who fall under our 5 different academic colleges with just over 90 programs to study. This is anything from musical theater to marine science to business to education. We even have an interdisciplinary studies program where you kind of pull different things together to create your own major, to really choose exactly what you want to do. It's what I did when I was a student. I wanted to work on a college campus. So I pulled together psychology, sociology, communication, and education to be able to make that happen. We also have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio. So our class size will stay relatively small, anywhere from about 23 to about 28 students per class. This way you have a pretty good interaction with the professors. They know who you are and you know who they are. And you're not just a number kind of on a sheet of paper. Also, 79% of our faculty do possess doctoral or terminal degrees kind of in their field. So you will be learning from some of the best people out there. Especially with our marine science program, many of our professors are still constantly doing research. We actually had one of our professors go on to Shark Week and kind of had his own segment. So it was a really cool thing for all of us to see that our professors are still out there doing things. We also have over 120 different clubs and organizations. So there's plenty to do outside of the classroom, anything from Greek life to religious organizations to there's even a hammock club where people just set up hammocks, take naps, relax, and kind of listen to music throughout the day. I heard Harry Potter, so if you guys do like Harry Potter, we do have a Quidditch team right on campus. It does get pretty intense. If you can't find any club or organization you like, you can get yourself and a handful of other students and make that happen as well. We do have 19 different NCAA Division I athletics, anything from baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, beach volleyball, and quite a few others. Now our athletes are going to be student athletes. So we're going to make sure they're succeeding in the classroom and on the field at the same time. In 2016, our baseball team did win the national championship, but they also had the highest GPA out of everybody in the tournament. So they won both on the field and off the field at the same time. Now we're looking at applications. We do get over 15,000 applications per year. We get at least one or more from every state that's on here, or that's teal. So if you look closely, you'll notice that every state is teal. So we truly are hashtag Teal Nation. We actually have 49% in-state, 49% out of state, and about 2% international. So we have a pretty good diverse campus from people from a little bit of everywhere. On one side, it could be someone from your hometown, and the other side, it could be halfway across the country or halfway across the world. Now we're looking for students applying. There's a few different ways. I'm going to go over if you choose to send test scores first. We are looking for about a 3.2 to about a 4.0 GPA. For ACT, it's a 19 to about a 24, and SAT is about a 1020 to an 1150. Now we do super score both ACT and SAT. So if you are able to take it multiple times, send us everything. We'll put it all together to make one big file or one big score for you, kind of pull the best ones together. Now for students who weren't able to test or maybe didn't like your test, we are also test optional. Just at first glance, we are looking for around a 3.5 GPA with a rigorous college prep program. If you don't have a 3.5, don't freak out. What we'd be looking for is going to be an essay, a few letters of recommendation, and kind of any other additional information you can give us about yourself. The more we have, the better we have of kind of seeing who you are, because we do like a holistic approach to look at a student. Now, December 1st is going to be our priority merit award deadline. So students who get reviewed or who apply and everything before December 1st is going to be the first group reviewed for merit awards. After that, we will start kind of cutting back on the funds, just kind of depending on how much we have that year. So the earlier you apply, the better. There are two different ways you can apply, whether directly through our website, through our coastal application, or through the Common App as well. Now, we are rolling admissions, so we'd like to get that decision out to you as quickly as possible. So from once we get everything, it takes about 3 weeks for you to get that decision back from us. Now, for our transfer students, we are looking for around a 2.9, about 24 or more transferable credits. And their priority deadline is going to be June 1st, and they can apply directly through our coastal website. Now, for our merit awards, every incoming student, as long as we still have the money, is reviewed for merit. And this can cover anything from 10% of tuition all the way up to about 60% of tuition, and does kind of go throughout each year with you. So if you keep that 45% of tuition, of course, all 4 years you can have it here at Coastal. We look at everything when reviewing. So this is your GPA, the classes you took, SAT, ACT, if you were able to take it, your class rank, if your school does rank, and just a little bit of everything. And for whatever reason, let's say tuition decides to change and you have that 45% of tuition, that 45% will meet the new tuition and remain 45%. So it doesn't fluctuate versus kind of a standard number. So there's going to be my information there. Again, please feel free to throw whatever questions you guys have into the Q&A. We are also doing campus tours right now. You can sign up right online, or if you aren't able to get into one of the official tours, please feel free to come visit campus, and we'll see you at the beach.
All right, Ben, thank you. That's perfect. And we've got a couple more schools to present here tonight. So before Columbia International University takes off the screen, we've got Horry, Georgetown Technical College at the end, and right after Columbia will be the University of Maryland. So 3 schools left. All right, so Abdul, you can have the screen. Off you go.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to try to get the screen share going here. Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Abdul. I work for Columbia International University on the enrollment team. So tonight, I just want to share with you guys a little bit about CIU and just what we do at CIU. So we're located in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're right in the Midlands, right in the middle of the state. And Columbia is also the capital city of the state of South Carolina. So I'm sure a lot of you know, as your students in the Carolina, we're about 20 minutes from downtown Columbia, which is really, it's a fun place to go just to eat out or to just walk around the Capitol building. Another cool thing about our location is that our campus is 400 acres of land. We have a few ponds on our campus where if you enjoy fishing, you can fish in those ponds. Also, if you enjoy walking or running, we have about 14 miles of trails on our campus for you to just utilize and spend your time in the outdoors. At CIU, our motto is to know him and to make him known. We're a private Christian university, and our mission as a university is to educate students from a biblical worldview to impact the nations with the message of Christ. We do it in a variety of ways. These are the programs we offer on campus and both online. We offer programs anywhere from Bible to media arts to music to philosophy, psychology, teacher education. I want to highlight a few, 3 programs here for you. It would be our pastoral theology program and our psychology program and our teacher education program. In those 3 programs, you can earn your bachelor's degree in 4 years, or you can earn your master's degree in 5. So it's really cool because, you know, it saves you time and money. As a college student, if you're planning to get your master's degree as you go on. At CIU, we offer athletic sports. We compete in about 15 intercollegiate sports. You can see our different sports on there. If you're a student athlete and you're looking to play sports, I would highly recommend you look at CIU. We compete in the NCCAA Division I, the South region. Our men's basketball team is currently at national competing in that. They won the South region tournament, and they got to go to nationals and compete for a national championship. Hopefully they will win and bring a national championship banner home. We also compete in the AAC and the NAIA. Both of them we compete in Division I. CIU also offers scholarship for student athletes to come and just play in their various sports at CIU. So we offer sports, men's baseball, basketball, cross-country track, soccer is another one. We have both men and women volleyball. Esport is a new one here at CIU starting next fall. If you're a student who's interested in being a student athlete and play esports, I would encourage you to look at CIU. We are looking to start that next fall, and we offer scholarship for students to compete in esports as well. Financial aid at CIU, we give 100% of scholarship to all of our students who are residential. The way it works is really the application process is very simple. First step would be to apply. You can go to our website, ciu.edu/apply, and submit your application. After you apply, I would encourage you to go ahead and send us your transcript, your official transcripts. Now we can look at acceptance. And once you're accepted, I would encourage you to submit your FAFSA. Once we have your FAFSA information, we'll be able to look at if you are eligible for any state or federal aid. We'll be able to apply that. On top of that, CIU will also offer you a merit scholarship, which ranges anywhere from $3,000 to $12,000. And your merit scholarship is awarded to you based off of your GPA. On our website, we have a calculator where you can go on there and look at how much money you qualify for your merit scholarship there. I would encourage you to go check that out. So yeah, after you get accepted, complete the FAFSA, we also would encourage you to consider applying for additional grants and look for outside scholarships. And throughout the whole admissions process, you will have an admissions counselor assigned to you who will stay in touch with you, answer all your questions, and be able to guide you throughout the whole process. So another thing for students who are juniors and sophomores, even seniors, I would encourage you to consider dual enrollment to jumpstart your college career. At CIU, we offer dual enrollment courses. We offer anything from English 101, philosophy, psychology, intro to psychology, intro to world history, and it's very affordable. We offer it both online if you live far away. If you live in the Columbia area, we also offer the dual enrollment courses in person. So I would encourage you to consider that. Very affordable. It's $100 per credit hours. And in total, for one class, it's about $300. I have my next step for you would be to consider applying with us. You can apply by going to our website and use the waiver code CIU bound to waive the $25 application code. You'll have my contact information right there on your screen. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me through email and through phone. I would love to connect with you. Thank you.
And Abdul, excellent job. Thanks so much. Okay, we have two more presenters left. There's Adrian. All right, Adrian from the University of Maryland. You can have the screen right now. Off you go.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, everyone, thank you again for joining us this evening. I know you've heard a lot about all these different types of universities and colleges in the area. So today we're going to talk a little bit here about the University of Maryland College Park. And for those of you that have or have not heard of us, we're just right outside Washington, D.C., so not very far away at all from North Carolina. I myself am a native of North Carolina, so I definitely know the area. If you're interested in kind of getting a better experience in terms of like having opportunities for research, internship opportunities, a large campus culture and vibe. I mean, University of Maryland is definitely one of those schools to check out. And it's not far away from home. Again, only about a state and a half or so away, depending on where in the Carolinas you are. So here are a few facts and figures about the University of Maryland. We are one of the largest public research institutions in the entire Washington, D.C., Baltimore metro area. We also rank as one of the top best value colleges in terms of public institutions. Currently, we have about 32,000 undergraduate students and roughly 10,000 graduate students, anywhere between about 5,000 and 6,000 international students at any given time. So again, this is a large public school. We're part of the Big Ten and we're a Division I campus. And so with that, Division I sports brings a lot of different activities to participate in, but it also brings together opportunities to conduct research and partner with other Big Ten schools like Michigan, Penn State, Rutgers, etc. So literally, you'll be part of those opportunities here. That also extends to studying abroad. So if you're interested in going abroad, once that's up and running again, you'll be able to pretty much go anywhere around the world that you're interested in attending. Also, our university is actually one of the most diverse, predominantly white institutions in the country. About 43%, 44% of our students identify as students of color, which is huge. I know that's something we're very proud of, and we continue to make strides to increase that every single year. As I mentioned, we're located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Prince George's County here in College Park, Maryland. It's about a 45-minute ride to Baltimore, about a 10-minute ride into D.C., and roughly about 30 to 40 minutes to our state capital of Annapolis. Here's a list of our schools and majors, our schools and programs that we offer. We have over 90 different majors, and they're all housed in one of these colleges. Some of the most popular programs include our School of Computer Science, Engineering, Biological Sciences, and of course our business school as well. Some other things that to consider if you're looking at government and politics, journalism, public policy. Again, you can't beat the location of having Washington, D.C. right in your own backyard. We also have access to our local metro system or our subway system. So literally you leave from campus, hop on the subway, you'll be in downtown DC in about 15, 20 minutes. So literally you'll have that college town experience, which is College Park, but then you get to leave that bubble and have a major city like DC and Baltimore in your backyard as well. Student life is also a really big part of campus culture here. We have over 800 clubs you can join, Greek life, student organizations including cultural groups and pre-professional programs as well. As I mentioned, we also have Division I sports, and we also have opportunities to get involved in intramural sports. So you don't have to be, a Division I athlete to still get involved. Our application process is pretty direct and simple. We're on the Common App and the My Coalition platform. So literally whichever one you want to use, it's good with us. You're also able to go ahead and, you're also able to waive your SAT or ACT scores again for this next upcoming year. So make sure if you don't want to send your scores, you opt to do the test optional piece. Here's a list of the items you'll need to submit to us by the deadline of November 1st in order to be considered for early action. That November 1 deadline is also going to get you reviewed automatically for our merit scholarships, all our special programs, including our honors college, our scholars program, and then also you're going to get that best consideration non-binding deadline. So all the perks with no restrictions and commitment to Maryland until that May 1 deadline. So again, the biggest thing to remember from this is we are not requiring students to submit their SATs if they don't want to, or ACT scores. So make sure that you do opt for that if you don't want to use that. And we also don't use that in our review for our merit scholarships either. If you want more information about the University of Maryland, I know this is a short time today, but feel free to reach out to me. This is the information here in terms of our contact information. And if you email us, you can just type in there in the subject line, attention Adrian, or say that you're from North Carolina, and it'll get routed to me. I hope to be able to connect with you all here soon and in the future.
All right, Adrian, great. Thanks so much. Okay, so last but not least is Jessica. Jessica is from Horry, Georgetown Technical College. And Jessica, make sure you unmute yourself there because I can still see you're muted. Perfect, excellent. So, all right, Jessica, you can go ahead and share your screen if you've got a slide there. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, Jessica, you're off and going.
All right, awesome. Hey guys, my name is, let me just get to the start slideshow part. how do I, oh, yep, there we go. All right, awesome, perfect. All right, guys, so my name is Jessica Nettles. I am a recruiter with Horry, Georgetown Technical College. And as you can see, guys, we now have a mascot. So our mascot is the Gator. So let's get up, future Gators. About Horry Georgetown Technical College, one thing that I like to let students know is about our mission. So we want to make sure that we reflect the communities that we serve. So a lot of the jobs that are, a lot of the programs that we offer to our students are reflective of what the industry is in the area, as well as beyond the area. So you can get a lot of the degree that you want and go far. We want to make sure that we are preparing students for high demand, high wage jobs. So a lot of our programs at HGTC have internships or clinical components. If you're in the digital arts program, it is mandated for you to do an internship. If you are in our forestry program, you are constantly in our forestry labs going through clinical. We also want to make sure that we make a quality higher educational, that's higher education, that is accessible as well as affordable. So what that means is that we've always had a distance learning institute prior to the pandemic occurring, meaning that we've always offered programs fully online. And then we also want to make sure that it's affordable. So HGTC is currently has the lowest in-state tuition in the state of South Carolina. So that's big. That's definitely big, especially if you're coming from out of state, or if you decide to stay in state, you can definitely come to us and not spend a lot of money. Now we do enroll at least over 9,000 students. We are the 4th largest technical college in South Carolina, and we offer more than 65 programs of study. Now at Horry Georgetown Technical College, we have 3 different locations. We have our Conway location, which I like to, and I like to say that our campuses have a different feel, because on the Conway location is because we are adjacent to Coastal Carolina University. That's where a lot of our general education programs take place, our early care and education. We also have a cosmetology program that takes place on that campus. So the Conway campus, I always like to say, is more so that general education campus. Then you go down to the Grand Strand campus, and that's where we house all of our allied health sciences program. So our dental hygiene is located on that campus. Our culinary arts is located on that campus. And if you go down to Georgetown, that's where you will find our forestry programs, so our forestry and wildlife management programs, as well as our advanced manufacturing programs, and some general education courses. And then of course, online, there's over 100 degree programs that you can choose from if you are interested in engaging in our distance learning institute fully online. Now we have 65 programs of study within 12 academic areas. Of course, I talked a little bit about advanced manufacturing in our industrial technology programs. That's welding, that's machine tool technology. So instead of paying, a lot of money to go to a school to get these trades, you can come to HGTC and definitely get it at an affordable cost. We also have our university transfer degrees, business administration, culinary arts. We have engineering technology, health science technology, which affords you with so many health science degrees, information technology and digital arts, administrative office technology, natural resources technology, personal care and related health. So that's that cosmetology, that aesthetics, that massage therapy, and then of course, public service technology and legal studies. So if you wanted to be a paralegal or a paralegal specialist, you can come to HGTC and do that. Now, one other thing that I like to highlight is our university transfer programs. We do have our bridge program with the wonderful Coastal Carolina University. This program is administered by both HGTC and CCU. Students will be afforded that residential experience where they will stay on campus. And in addition to staying on campus, they'll be taking classes at HGTC as well as CCU. Now, they will have access to all support services that are offered by CCU as well as HGTC. We make sure that our advisors get together and engage in cooperative advising. And then we also want to make sure that we're providing you with courses that easily transfer over. So if you wanted to do our bridge program, or if you feel as though your GPA isn't high enough for Coastal Carolina University, then you can always apply to their school on their website and application. You'll click that you're interested in the bridge program, and that's how we will know that you are interested in the bridge program. Now, we also have a 2+2 nursing program agreement with Coastal Carolina University. So students typically come to us for 2 years and then take their BSN online at Coastal Carolina for another 2 years. Now, the admissions and application process is really simple right now. You would just need to submit an admissions application at hgtc.edu. We are currently waiving application fees. We are currently not accepting test scores at the time. You will need to submit your high school transcripts and any college transcripts if you've done dual enrollment. You will need to attend a new student orientation, meet with your advisor, and then from there, you'll register for classes. Now, this is always just good to show students so that they understand just what they're getting into. I know when I went to college, financials was a big topic, and I know today education and the ability to afford it is still a big topic. So these numbers are based on last year, 2020, of course. And so as you can see, based on a lot of the other tuitions, we are a little bit cheaper. And here is my contact information. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to send me an email and I'll be more than happy to go further into detail about any of our programs, how we can move forward with getting you admitted, and we can even talk about financial aid.
Great, thank you, Jessica. Perfect. All right, I'm going to invite my colleagues here back on the screen. And we're gonna do one wrap up. So we've got a little bit of time, so we're gonna do one wrap up slide here and share some wisdom for those folks who are out there listening. I know that it might seem like we're repeating advice here and there, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing to hear it more than one time. So here's the question I'm gonna pose for you all. And you all have about 20-ish seconds to answer. So it is just that, what you see on the screen. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? So Chelsea, how about your piece of advice?
I think the biggest thing I can offer is take advantage of any virtual tours, in-person tours, whatever you can do to get a sense of the college being right for you, because that's the most important thing here, is whether or not you feel like you're making the best choice for you.
Perfect. Matt?
Yes, so I would recommend, if possible, getting a separate email account to house all of your college-related information, just because if you're applying to a lot of colleges, you're getting a lot of emails and those kind of exponentially increase. So really having that organization is really key to kind of navigate that search for you.
Great. I think Ben's next.
Yeah, so I would also recommend, trying to get to as many schools as possible, because it's definitely a feeling you get the moment you step on a campus. Besides that, ask as many questions as you have. You might think it's a stupid question. It's not. No questions are stupid. Go ahead and throw all of them at us. We're going to be here as much as possible to help you succeed.
Abdul?
Yes, I would say don't be discouraged. I know it's been a tough year. Keep persevering and really reach out to the schools that you're interested in that offers the programs. There are admissions counselors waiting to just answer all those questions and guide you through the admissions process. So reach out.
Great. Adrian?
Yeah, I would just say, make sure that you all are utilizing things like Google Sheets or an Excel template or something to keep yourself organized. All these schools have different deadlines, different, applications that they're on, systems that they're on, and even scholarship deadlines. So this way it'll keep you as organized as possible. You don't make the mistake of applying to one school on their early action deadline when you really meant to apply to a different one.
Okay. To round us out, Jessica.
All right, awesome, guys. So my big thing would just be go ahead and start thinking about the cost of college, because I know, again, whenever I was going into college, I wasn't even concerned about the cost. I had a lot of scholarships, but I could have played it differently. And if I would have known about a technical school that I could have taken 2 years at and then transferred into my larger institution, I would have saved so much money in the long run. So my advice is to go ahead and start thinking about the costs. Go ahead and start adding them up. Also think about what type of careers that you're going into, because if you want to further your education, then definitely the costs are going to add up. So start thinking about those costs and keep a technical college in mind.
Great. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here really quick. I'm gonna advance a few slides and then close this out. Nobody go anywhere at this point. Again, to close this out, thank you for joining us. When you, the audience, closes out of this particular webinar, you'll get a 4-question survey. We just ask you to complete that to make the function better for anyone and everyone who uses StriveScan. There are more sessions to sign up for. Sponsored by CACRAO, so please do that on our StriveScan website. And then again, this session, which is recorded and was recorded, will be online at the link there below. Okay, all right, great. So one last wave goodbye, folks, and we thank you for joining us. Have a great evening there in the Carolinas. Bye-bye now.